AI is going to take your job. Or is it? Lots of people think that AI will take their jobs, and this is only partly true. AI thrives off of what we put out into the world. So, in theory, it is a derivative of me, you, and us. AI will take your job if you let it. There's a quiet fear that's been building in the background of the creative industry. And it sounds something like this. Is AI coming for my job? Now, I get it, because when you strip it back, what we do as photographers and videographers, it's personal, it's skill based, it's taken years to refine. So when something new shows up that can automate, assist, or in some cases replicate parts of that process, it can feel like a threat. But here's the shift I want to offer in this episode. AI isn't new to our industry. In fact, you've already been using it. You just didn't call it that. Let's start with photographers. Because if you've used tools like subject selection in editing software, where it automatically isolates a person from the background, that's AI. If you've relied on noise reduction that somehow cleans up a low light image without destroying detail, that's AI. Even auto white balance, face detection, eye autofocus, that moment your camera locks onto the eye and nails focus every time. That's not just engineering. That's machine learning doing its job in the background. And the same applies to videographers. If you've ever used stabilization that smooths out handheld footage, auto reframing for vertical content, speech to text captions that generate in seconds, or color grading tools that suggest looks based on your footage, you're already collaborating with AI. You just weren't thinking of it as something to compete with. So maybe the question isn't, will AI take my job? Maybe it's, which part of my job were never meant to take this long in the first place? Because that leads us into the third part of this. What should you actually be learning? Not everything, just the right things. First, editing acceleration. Tools that help you cull faster, batch edit smarter, and deliver quicker. Not to cut corners, but to give you time back. Because time is the one thing most creatives are constantly short on. Second, audio and video enhancement. Cleaning up sound, removing background noise, improving clarity. These used to be specialist skills. Now, they're accessible and they elevate your work instantly. Third, and this is the big one, the business side. Because this, I'm willing to bet, is where most creatives struggle quietly. Writing emails, creating proposals, planning content, managing client communication. AI can help you draft, structure, and refine all of that. Not to replace your voice, but to remove the friction of starting. And then there's ideation, mood boards, shot lists, creative directions. If you treat AI like a collaborator, something to bounce ideas off of, it can expand your thinking, not limit it. But here's the line we don't cross. AI doesn't replace your eye. It doesn't replace your instinct. It doesn't replace your ability to read a room, connect with a person, or anticipate a moment before it happens. That's the work. That's the craft. So no, AI isn't here to take your job, but it is here to expose inefficiencies. It's here to reward those who adapt and frustrate those who resist without understanding. The creators who will thrive over the next few years aren't the ones who ignore AI, and they're not the ones who rely on it entirely either. They're the ones who learn where it fits, who use it to handle the repeatable so they can focus on the irreplaceable. Because at the end of the day, people don't hire you for your ability to press a button. They hire you for how you see. And no algorithm can replicate that. Learn the tools, but protect the craft. And maybe that's the real shift. It's not about fighting what's coming. It's about deciding what stays human in your work. Because long after the tools evolve, long after the workflows get faster, the one thing people will still remember is how you made them feel. And that's not going anywhere. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to listen to more topics just like this one, then why not consider following the Visual Storytelling Podcast so as not to miss out on not only new episodes, but catch up on previous episodes that you may have missed or simply wish to listen to again. Until next time, be creative, be inspired, be you.